Assalamu alaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing good. So in today's class we are going to discuss the topic 10 blessed companions, and this is from the chapter Islamic community. So let's get into the details of the 10 blessed companions. You should know the names of these companions by heart, starting from Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, then Hazrat Saad bin Abi Waqas, right? Please remember that in this topic 10 blessed companions we discuss the four caliphs in detail, and then we discuss the rest of the six companions like briefly. Okay, so you should know the details of four caliphs very well. The key points are: to explain any biography of any Islamic figure, you need to have these features in your answer, starting from his family background, acceptance of Islam, services for the cause of Islam only, then titles, then quotations. If you are missing out on these features or on any of these features, it means that your answer is incomplete. Please do remember that in Islamiyat, the question you need to have an elaborated answer, and the elaboration will come from these features, right? So let's get into the detail of the first blessed companion who was the first caliph of our history as well, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Razillah Ta'ala Anhu. First, he belonged to the tribe Banu Tayyim. His father was Abu Kahafa. He was a trader of clothes, a close friend of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam even before the prophethood. His real name was Abdullah. He was famous in the name of Abu Bakr, which meant the father of camels, because he used to play with them in his childhood. So this is the little bit of introduction of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. Then how did he accept Islam? When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam got the first revelation, so he communicated with his close friends and families, and Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq accepted Islam when he was the first four people who accepted Islam, right? And he became Muslim without any hesitation. He was the first man to accept Islam. After accepting Islam, he became more closer to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it is there in Hadith that the most merciful of my ummah towards my ummah is Abu Bakr Siddiq Raziyallahu ta'ala anhu, and he has done a lot for Islam. He faced the persecution. He spent a lot of his money. He did everything he could do for the sake of Islam. So he faced many of the persecution of Quraysh, but still he supported the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his difficult times. Testified the incident of Miraj, and he received the title of Al Siddiq, the testifier of the truth, by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all know the significance of his Al Siddiq title. He got this title after when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went for Miraj, and he was the one who testified this event. That is why he got this title Al Siddiq. He migrated to Medina with Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he put his life into danger. He stayed in the cave of Sort for 3 days and 3 nights. He participated in all major battles like Battle of Badr, Battle of Uhud, and the Battle of Trench. He married his daughter Hazrat Aisha with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some more services of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq about Islam for Islam. He brought all of his wealth in Tabuk expedition. It's a very famous event that when Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked for help, that they were they had less financial resources, so the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked his companions that he needs the financial resources for Tabuk expedition. So Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Razallahu anhu was the one who brought each and everything from his from his house, and he put each and everything in front of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He spent his wealth in the way of Allah. He purchased slave and set them free. Like Hazrat Bilal Razitullah anhu was one of the slaves who was set free by Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Razitullah anhu. He was the one who gave the payment for the plot of Masjid Nabawi. We know that Masjid Nabawi was the plot of Masjid Nabawi, the land of Masjid was owned by the two brothers Sahal and Suhail. At that point of time, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not had a lot of money to pay for the land. So Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq was the one who paid for the land of the Masjid Nabawi. It is said in Hadith that Abu Bakr had favored me much with his property and company. If I were to take a Khalil, an intimate friend from mankind, I would certainly have taken Abu Bakr. So this was the quick introduction of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq. These are just the key points. Please read your books, both of your books, your references, your notes to elaborate on these points, right? Now, Hazrat Umar Razil anhu, the second caliph of Muslim Ummah, he belonged to the tribe Banu Adi. His father was Khatib. He was an ambassador of the Quraysh. He was tall, handsome, brave, and he was very fond of archery, riding, wrestling. And like in his initial days, he was one of the worst enemies of Islam. Persecuted his slave Lubena. This is a very famous incident, that how did he accept Islam, and the acceptance of Islam by Hazrat Umar Razatullah anhu was nothing just a miracle. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he wants him to embrace Islam, so that the backbone of the Muslims can be strong. So the Holy Prophet ﷺ prayed for his for his acceptance of Islam in sixth year of prophethood. One day he decided to assassinate the Holy Prophet ﷺ, but on his way, someone told him that his sister has already accepted Islam. And he was by like after having this news, he was very aggressive, and he went directly towards his sister in anger. He broke into the house and started beating his brother in law. He pushed his sister, who got injured and started to bleed. He calmed down, and when he read the verses of Surah Taha, he greatly surprised, and tear came out from his eyes. He asked his sister that, I want to hear that what were you reciting? So she recited a few verses of Surah Taha, and after listening to those verses, his heart melted by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and tears came out from his eyes. And then he again, after this event, he went to Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to accept Islam. This was a miracle that a few moments before, he was going to the Holy Prophet to assassinate him. Now after a few moments, he went to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but to accept Islam. This was Allah's mercy basically, and he received the title of Farooq. And as we all know that Hazrat Umar had a charismatic personality, and he was so brave that after the acceptance of Islam, he went out there in the streets of Makkah, and he called that, now I have accepted Islam. Like Umar has accepted Islam. So he was fearless basically. He migrated to Medina openly. Yes, many of the Muslims, even like all of the Muslims, they migrated to Medina, in a secret manner. But he was the one who migrated to Medina openly. He participated in all of the major battles like Badr, Uhud, and Trench. He was unhappy over the condition of Treaty of Hudaybiyah. His generosity is like has many we have many examples of his generosity in our history. He brought half of his wealth in the Tabuk expedition. He spent his wealth in the way of Allah. As a scribe of the Holy Quran, he worked as a scribe of the Holy Quran as well, and we know his services in the compilation of the Holy Quran, right? He married his daughter with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hazrat Hafsa. One love for the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam shows from this, where there a prophet after me, it would be Umar. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said these words, that were there a prophet after me, it would be Umar. The Quranic verses in the favor of Hazrat Umar Razdallahu anhu, there are 15 places where, in the opinion of Hazrat Umar Razdallahu anhu, conformed to revelation, right? Importance of Islam by Hazrat Umar Razdallahu anhu. Why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed to for Hazrat Umar Razdallahu anhu to embrace Islam, because he had a very very aggressive and charismatic personality, and after his acceptance of Islam, the people, the Muslims, the early Muslims became powerful, they became strong, they became motivated basically. So it damaged the prestige of the Quraysh, it increased Muslim power. Muslim started to offer prey openly. Muslims got encouraged.